Hey everybody, Jesse Ziegler here from Cycle News Magazine with one of the most anticipated North American bike reveals we've ever really anticipated is the 2021 Yamaha Tenere 700. It's finally here. We are here in our home state of California in the United States of America. We're not riding this bike in some other country with some other specs. This is the bike that you can buy in the US right now. We tested this bike, man, it feels like it's been a year ago in Spain at the global launch, and we came away really impressed. We had a very short list of gripes, very short list of things that we'd like to see improved in the US model. And to our surprise, they actually had enough development time between the time we rode that bike in Spain to now to address one of those major issues that we had, which was a little bit of the throttle roll-on being a little jerky, or felt like it had a lot more drive lash kind of in it, so it's a little herky-jerky on the initial throttle. Right now, the US spec model, or North American spec model, it's really smooth off idle, really smooth. I tried to stall this bike going first gear up some hills. The bike simply wouldn't stall, but plus I could roll it on really smoothly. And the power delivery out of this CP2 700 engine is just amazing. Essentially, reiterating some of the stuff from our last review on this bike that we did in Europe is, it's just a great platform to really break into, or really sort of take advantage of the adventure segment right now. You can certainly load this up with plenty of luggage and go across the country, go across the world, or you can simply take it out for backyard, your back local road rips all the time. It's accessible, but it's also like extremely capable is how I would describe it. The highlights on this bike really is the engine. The engine just delivers a really smooth, torquey power band. It's got plenty of get up and go to hit freeway speeds in a hurry and cruise along nicely with very little vibration through the foot pegs or the handlebars, but it's really friendly off-road. If you're a guy or a gal that's thinking about going off-road on your adventure bike and you're nervous, this bike's gonna make you a bit of a believer in your ability. You're gonna be able to take this bike in places that other taller, more powerful, more abrupt, or more sharper edged, scarier adventure bikes are gonna turn you off a little bit. This bike's gonna be your friend. It's gonna work really well. One of the other complaints or minor issues we had in Europe was the rear brake feeling spongy. Actually, both brakes felt spongy over there and a little bit soft. Here, we're not feeling that in the front at all anymore. The front seems to be working better here, or maybe we're just accepting that it works the way it does. It's not the most aggressive braking performance that you're going to feel, but it does provide a consistent progressive feel that gives you enough bite to slow down. The rear brake, however, I feel still needs a little bit more work. You have to be really deliberate with the rear brake when you're slowing down or skidding or using it for any sort of fun stuff that you can do on a dirt bike. Again, this bike looks amazing. It really knocked the rally style out of the park. Even though they had to put a tank on top of a frame, it really blends in really nice. It's not wide at all. The bike feels super narrow. The suspension works great. We got to do an off-road setting here in the US that we didn't get to do in Europe, basically because it's a little more rushed when you do an international launch. But the US guys have a really good off-road spec. We're adding compression and rebound damping, front and rear, adding some preload. The bike really comes alive off-road, really friendly to ride off-road, really comfortable, and I'm probably gonna leave it in that setting on the road on the way home too. So all in all, we can't wait to just keep exploring what this bike's capable of, because I think if you can define it, you would define it as capable and really, really exciting. We're gonna keep testing it. We're gonna put it head to head. Everybody wants to know how it is against KTM 790. Everybody wants to put it up against an Africa Twin. It's just hitting that sweet spot that people think is like their perfect bike size, displacement, and also can't stop talking about this, the price. The price is actually kind of insane. It's under $10,000 for this bike. You're gonna get an incredible value, a bike that's gonna go as long as you wanna ride it. For sure it's gonna be durable. The reason it is that price probably is it's missing out on a bunch of the fancy new tech that a lot of the bikes come with. It doesn't have cruise control, it doesn't have traction control, it doesn't have off-road ABS. It has one ABS setting, and turn it off if you wanna go off-road and you're done. So simpler, but man, talk about value for your money. Yamaha is gonna give you a lot of value for your money with this bike. So excited to see what else it can do.